Dinner for two. You start work early the next morning, determined to get to the bottom of past demands and not to think about Nadine, that movie theater. I wonder, wasn't it pretty? Miss Rancic's legal team must have spent all last week drafting this up. What a waste of time. Letters will hold up in front of a judge. And that's what I figured, since Mrs. Rancic didn't have a job during the marriage. Still, I knew that you wanted to be notified right away. Thank you for letting me know. This will be easier to take care of the earlier we address it. As your executive assistant leaves, you turn your attention to the pages in front of you. There's no way I'm letting Pat ask for alimony. Shutting her down would be my pleasure. For the rest of the morning, you focus on your work. You don't think of Nadine while you help a colleague go over their closing arguments. You don't imagine her in wide-eyed shock as you sit through a jury selection. And you definitely don't picture her demure, fluttering eyelashes as you petition for a continuance of a particularly tricky case. Thank God for being with Tony for lunch. If anyone can pull me out of this, it's the only partner at this firm as merciless as I am. You're reading over some briefs in the conference room when Tony walks in, carrying a towering stack of files. There's something else on this case for me, Regan. I'm in way over my head with his deposition. Believe me, you're the one doing me a favor. A cutthroat child custody case is exactly what I need right now. Now something out here every day. What's going on with you? Nothing that can't be cured by hard work. Understood? Let's do it. Let's get to it. Tony takes the chair opposite yours, gets to work. After just a few hours, you made a sizable dent in the pile. You sure you won't just take this case from me? No one could put deadbeat dad into shape like you can. You wish. I got more than enough on my plate as it is. At least let me thank you for a bunch of rounds. A bunch of us are heading out after work. Okay, I'm busy. With what? Or should I say, with who? Tony, you're heading into dangerous territory. Don't push your luck. When I want to take my personal life, I will. No, you won't. You just sit there and brood. You bid Tony farewell and head back to your office to pack up for the night. Nadine's coming over after work. The sooner this training is done and I get this woman out of my system, the better. You arrive home and swiftly prepare everything for your next lesson. 30 minutes later, you pull the door open to find Nadine with a shy, eager smile. Your chest contracts at the sight of her, but you refuse to let it show. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be in the position or not, so... Shaking your head, you usher her inside, careful not to let any part of your body touch hers. Before we begin, we need to talk about Pat. It's not bad news, is it? Nadine, I never let anything bad happen to you. I promise to take care of you, and that's what I tend to do. Her bid for alimony is flimsy at best. I will join out by the end of the week. Now, unless you have any more questions for your attorney, your dom is ready to play. I don't have any questions. Then it's time for you to show me what you learned. Nadine glances uncertainly up at you, but you cross your arms, wait to see what you do. Swallowing heavily, she drops to her knees. Like this? And that's a good start. Flushing, Nadine slides her hands behind her back and lifts her chin. Her body is perfectly poised and ripe for your touch, the one thing you refuse to give her. Better. Your hunger starts rising in more ways than one. Although you like to draw out this moment to make her squirm her knees, you push on. Tonight's lessons will take place in the dining room. I have an array of aphrodisiacs awaiting your pleasure. Really? I don't exactly think of oysters when I think of BDSM. Anything can be part of BDSM if you know what you're doing. And I definitely know what I'm doing. Yes, Reagan, I'll do whatever you say. I know you will. And that's what lesson will be about. Denial and indulgence, passion and purpose. I hope you came hungry. I'm starving. You grab your hand behind your back and carefully lay out your plans. First, we're heading to the dining room to enjoy a meal on my terms. That means I choose what you eat, how you eat it. If I want to feed you from my fingertips, I'll feed you from my fingertips. If I want you to beg for scraps, you'll beg for scraps. Understood? Understood. There's a special sub-etiquette for dinner parties. Certain expectations your dom will demand. To fail in this will be to fail your dom. Lady nods. She doesn't understand, not yet, but with any luck, she will by the end of this meal. This will be an important lesson for you by yourself, but I have an additional proposition to take it to the next level, if you're willing. You reach into your pocket and pull out a lace blindfold and dangle it before her eyes. You've sampled this before, but if I cover your eyes, you'll unlock an entirely different experience. Your other senses will be so heightened, one taste will bring you pleasure. You have no choice but to give yourself entirely over to me. Your pretty little mouth and everything that goes in it will be mine. You watch her swallow, the way her slender throat constricts as she contemplates this. I'd be willing to try, if you think I'm ready. The way she hesitates, torn between her desire to give in and the need to take things slow, you realize you have to make this call for her. Your lips curl into a satisfied smile. You're going to enjoy this, but not nearly as much as I am. The pulse at the base of Nadine's jobs as you trail the blindfold over her shoulder and up the line of her neck. I trust you, Reagan. A little panic overtakes you. You never had a sob so wholly unprepared for what's about to happen, or so innocently trusting. If it were anyone but me training her, she was so easy to take advantage of. Nadine notices a sudden shift in your mood and frowns. Did I do something wrong? Nadine, be careful who you trust. You shake your head and pull the blindfold up around her eyes. She gasps as you tie it tightly against her skin. One of these days, your innocence will get you in trouble. I thought you wanted me to be obedient. And that's the problem. Take Nadine's hand briefly as you help her to her feet, careful not to linger too long. Her blindfold on, her steps are slower than usual, each movement a careful extension of her limbs. Nadine has no choice but to follow my lead, which means I can do anything I want to her. You rub her mouth close to her ear, try not to lose yourself in her sweet, intoxicating scent. Have I told you how beautiful you look with a blindfold over your eyes? No. A body like yours is meant to be tied up and on display. Nadine shivers lightly, uncertainty imbued in her body with a delicacy that sets your heart racing. She's wholly in your power, and now she knows it. Nadine's ready in the next room. I'll help you to your seat, but that's where all touching will end. Nadine swallows and nods. Yes, Regan. You take her by the elbow and gently guide her toward the dining room. Her skin is soft, and in this proximity, you can feel every time her breath catches. This is what a simple touch can do. Imagine, but you shake your head and stop that train of thought in its tracks. You have no right to imagine anything when Nadine is concerned. Focus, Reagan. Now is not the time to lose control. You enter the dining room to find an array of decadent dishes laid out on the table, waiting to be sampled. It smells so good in here. You pull out a chair and stand patiently while Nadine lowers herself into it. She sits on the edge, expectant and wary, while you choose a seat nearest her. Dinner parties are a popular way for doms to show off the subs. They are feeding and being fed. Nothing is more intimate. I can think of a few things. Sex is just sex, but feeding someone is like bringing a tiger to the table. It could bite at any moment, and so could I. You use a fork and run a sharp edge on the tines along the curve of Nadine's cheek. She jumps into contact, but doesn't pull away. We begin with something easy. No dinner party is complete without wine. You grab the bottle, sitting at your elbow, and pour it out of the glass. The rich, blood red liquid swirls around in a slow, lazy circle. While it doesn't have the same aphrodisiac reputation as some other foods, many of the compounds in red wine have the same chemical components as human pheromones. You lift the glass to your nose and inhale the full body scent. Even just smelling musky masculine male bick like this can fuel an entire evening of pleasure. Tip it in the glass and take a large sip, allowing the wine to coat your tongue. Aren't you gonna let me taste it? No, you haven't earned it yet. Set the glass out of Nadine's reach and move on to the next dish. Asparagus has been considered a food of lovers. Not only is the shape ideal for hand feeding, but it's been known to increase blood flow to all your various extremities. Open your mouth for me. Open your mouth for me, lady. What if I don't like asparagus? I don't care. You take it in your mouth and swallow anyways. A nervous, darting tongue touches her lips before she gives in. As you lift the vegetable with your fingertips, you allow it to trace the outline of her mouth before sliding it in. She bites gently down. If we had a formal dinner party, we'd have an audience. Even a moment of disobedience would be intolerable. But my blindfold, I can pretend it's just the two of us. And that's part of the appeal, yes. Many doms command their subs to sit in their laps during dinner parties to make things easier and more fun. Is that what you do if I wait your sub? Your fingers clasp tightly around your fork, the thought of having Nadine curled up in your lap, her body soft and pliant as she lifts food to your lips. It's almost painful. Yes, Nadine. I'd have you between my legs every chance I get. She nods understanding, her throat working slowly up and down. So, you've done this before? Been to a sub-dom dinner party, I mean? Several times. Some of my friends are known to join master's banquets every chance they get. We enjoy dinner first, and playtime later. But not all doms enjoy having their subs in their laps during a meal. Some prefer to have them on their knees or under the table. Is that what you want? It's good practice, yes. Come at my feet. We'll do oyster snacks. Nadine falls to her knees with surprising speed. She waits patiently, her chin raised, as she waits for your next command. Take your time enjoying the wet, slippery glide of it between your lips, swirl it on your tongue. Slide it down your throat. As you speak, Nadine's breathing starts to pick up. If you spoil yourself, I'll be very displeased. But I can't. He tisk in a gentle warning. Don't talk back. Remember, we're at a party with several other doms. You wouldn't want to make me look bad in front of them. Nadine ducks her head and reaches for the dish you held out to her. She lifts an oyster and carries it to her mouth, but it slides out of its shell before she makes it all the way. I warned you about that. You're lucky this is the practice round. Put your hands behind your back and open your mouth. I'll take care of you. This time. Thank you, Regan. I'm sorry. She allows her lips to fall apart and waits patiently as she lifts an oyster and brings it close. Oysters have always been one of my favorites. I love the texture and the taste, the way they invoke all the senses. You tip the shell and watch as she eats. These have been flown in from France especially for you. I wouldn't want them to go to waste. I never tasted anything like it. Pull up the seat next to you and invite Nadine to seat herself once again. I think you earn a chance to enjoy some of this food and to ask any additional questions you might have. You place the platters of food within her reach and direct her to where the cutlery is. She picks up a fork before speaking. I do ask a lot of questions, don't I? Is it annoying? You hear a lot of things, Nadine, but annoying isn't one of them. In that case, I was wondering about the whole dinner party thing. When you hang out with other doms and their subs like this, do you share? Sometimes, not always. And do you have... And do you have orgies? Like, all together at once? You're careful not to show any of the sudden jealousy that overtakes you. The idea of sharing this woman, even in a group setting, makes your stomach go tight. Nadine, let's take things one step at a time. I think we should get you our second lesson before we start signing up for orgies. You're right. Sometimes it feels like I'll never get caught up on all this BDSM stuff. One thing's for sure, I've never had such a delicious dinner in my whole life. A girl could get used to this sort of thing. However, Dom's job is to take care of the sub. It's not about punishment. In fact, if you were really, you cut yourself off with a curt shake of your head. That's a road you don't dare go down. If I were really, what? You clench your jaw tight and refuse to answer. You were going to say that you spoiled her every chance you got. Fancy dinners, trips abroad, exquisite lingerie. I said something wrong again, didn't I? You're upset. Nadine, I'm just thinking. I got lost in my own thoughts for a second. Everything's fine. That's good. So I'm pretty sure I smelled chocolate somewhere on this table. This is the final lesson for the evening. I hope you're ready. Nadine's fingers search the table for her wine glass, but as she lifts it to her lips, the wine inside sloshes over the brim and right down her front. Oh. You watch as the blossoming red stain spreads. Nadine tries to dab her chest, but she only makes the mess worse. Your lips curve in a smile of anticipation. She realizes she is giving you an important teaching moment. And that's my favorite vintage. Ouch. Nadine glows flustered at your hard, dominant note in your voice. Her hand flutters at your chest before falling into your lap. How bad is it? Your clothes are ruined, and I don't like when my subs get messy. Instead of cowering, Nadine hangs her head, but not fast enough to hide her soft exhalation of anticipation. I'm sorry, Regan. I'll do better next time. I promise. Nadine, I'll forgive you this time. Since it's your first time dining with a blindfold, a little mess is to be expected. I'm sorry. I want to please you. You know the way the damp fabric clings to your breast, highlighting every tantalizing curve. You do please me, Nadine. You might like... What? You got a bite of the chocolate cake and listen to Nadine's mouth. She closes her lips around the fork and releases a soft moan of delight. Your only job for the rest of the meal is to enjoy yourself. I don't deserve it, but thank you. You find yourself sparing a larger bite and holding to her lips. Thanks aren't necessary when you earned your reward, Nadine. Is that a universal sub rule? I shouldn't say thank you. I should say thank you. You should take your dom's lead. Every dom is different, and it'll take some time to get to know the preferences. That's why dinner parties like this are so popular. Because they'll help me learn what my dom likes. You close your eyes against how curious she looks, how eager. Yes and no. These parties help you learn your dom's preferences, but you also get to meet other subs to share stories and tips. I never thought of that. It'd be fun to meet some other doms. It'd be fun to meet some other subs. The longer this meal goes on, the more difficult it is for you to keep your hands to yourself. Every bite Nadine takes, every flush of heat to her skin, makes you want her more and more. You think I never had a new sub before? I know I didn't get everything right, but this was fun. I like serving you, Regan. Every part of you longs to trace the outline of her lips, to draw her over the table and show her what real hunger looks like. The longer you sit there, fighting your every urge, the more Nadine's smile falls. Didn't you have fun? Dinner's over. It's time for you to head home. Nadine pulls the blindfold down from around her eyes and blinks at the sudden light of the dining room. Is everything okay? You stand up from the table and turn away so you can't see how close you are to losing it. Everything's fine. It's just, you had enough for one night. I want to overload you. We'll continue this next week. Next week? But... She shows up before she finishes, a look of uncertainty flitting across her delicate features. Of course, Regan. You know what's best. That used to be true, but I'm not so sure anymore. She's about to turn and leave when... Wait. Unable to resist, you lift your dumb, walk away a small smear of chocolate for the side of her mouth. I'm proud of you, Nadine. You did well today. You think so? Her flash of pleasure causes your stomach to clench. Just make sure you remember the rules, okay? I want you getting attached. After a long searching look at your stormy expression, she decides not to push you. She heads toward the door. She heads toward the front door before you can issue any more orders. Good night, Regan. The moment you're alone, all the pent-up energy of the past few hours surges through you. You pace the length of the room, feeling like a caged animal. I knew this was a terrible idea. I never should have let Nadine to help me into being her dom. Even pretending it started to be too much. All I need is a shower to clear my head. Without wasting any time, you strip off your clothes and step into the shower. You turn on all the jets and welcome the hard patter of water over your naked body. Groaning, you press your forehead against the cold marble tile. Place your paws on either side of your head, but it's no use. Your fingers ache to trail down your body, to trace the loosening of the water as it cascades down your breasts and between your legs. There's only one way to relieve myself after a night like that. I'll never get to sleep otherwise. You give in and push off the wall, allowing your imagination free reign over the shower. There's no shortage of ways to relive the events of the dinner. Nadine was so curiously naive, so obedient in your commands. find yourself standing over the table, Nadine's naked body stretching out before you. Every curve begs to be touched, to be tasted. The blindfold is still tied around her eyes. She's wholly at your mercy. This is kind of new. I really enjoy. Grabbing her wrist and pinning her down above her head, you hold her in place. Please, Reagan, I'm yours to devour. You pick up a fork and begin lightly trailing it over her body, over her breasts, the soft curve of her stomach, the gleaming desire between her thighs. Wait, you can't do that. I can do whatever I want. Did I forget to mention that sometimes these dinners, we don't bother with food? A sharp spike of desire starts to take over your body. As the Nadine, your imagination starts to plead for your touch, you slide your hands down your belly. You soap with hot water to turn your skin into a series of wet, slippery curves. With a gasp, you part your thighs and run a finger along the slick line of your core. Wish Nadine's here to see what she does to me, to beg for what she can't have. As your shower continues to heat up, so that the images flash into your head. Nadine is always so responsive, so ready. The moment you slide a hand between her thighs, you know how much she wants this. You know that, don't you? I want to open you up. I want to touch you. Nadine tips her head back, ecstasy rapidly taking over her expression. It's all I ever wanted. You grab your hand against the soft flesh of her upper thigh and guide her legs wider. What are you doing? I'm deciding what I want to make. I'm deciding what I want to taste you and make you suffer. Please, I've done everything you asked. You tisk in displeasure and shake your head. You asked me to touch, remember? You keep making me break all my rules. I'll do better, I swear. It's too late. Damage is already done. Bend over the table. Please, don't make me tell you again. With the blindfold on, Nadine has no idea what you plan to do to her. She mews with fear and excitement. She drapes herself over the edge of the table. Her ass is perfect as it's presented to you. You long to strike her with your hand, but she doesn't deserve to feel your touch. What are you going to do to me? You pick up a wooden spoon from the table and drop it tautly against your palm. 3 strikes, I think. That'll teach you to tempt me. Nadine's legs quake. She brings the spoon down the back of her thighs. She cries out as the thin welt appears on her skin. 1 orange. I can take a hit if you give me. And as the blow strikes higher, the resounding smack of wood on the fleshly curve of her ass. This time, the cry carries a hint of something closer to ecstasy. 2. Her back arches as she struggles to maintain her position, but she doesn't give in. Final blow almost sends you over the edge. 3. Reagan, please. I'm close already. You brace one hand on the shower wall. The images inside your head start going faster, more livid. Your free hand works against yourself over and over again. You read imagine the relentless spray of the water overhead. Arching your back, you slide your fingers deep inside. You're desperate for release as you curse under your breath. Nadine. Back in the dining room, Nadine is so wet with you that it's all you can do to not dive greedily between her legs. Are you ready to be put out of your misery yet? For Nadine's position against the table, she can't do much more than squirm and gasp. Please, I need you. You step back and watch her for a moment, allowing your gaze to devour every part of her. Don't you want me, Reagan? Don't I please you? You hesitate, unsure how to respond. Since it's only a fantasy, there's nothing stopping you from saying what you really feel. You're everything I want in a sub. You brush a tender hand over her hair. She turns towards you, mouth open in surprise. Reagan. Without hesitating, you swoop down and claim that open mouth as your own. She's not expecting it, so you're able to capture every sound of her surprise, every sigh of her pleasure. She melts under your lips, her whole body opening up underneath yours. Oh wow, I had no idea you can kiss like that. You tighten your grip, and she gasps into your mouth. Sliding your knee between her legs, you force her to spread for you. Don't ever doubt me. You must learn exactly what I'm capable of. Your body calls it tight. Your body calls it tight, hot anticipation. You're so close now. You're breathing ragged, and the shower so steamy that you can no longer see the walls around you. As your fingers slide in and out of your body, you imagine You imagine that it's Nadine who's riding under your touch, riding so close to the edge. Please, Regan, I'm so close. I'm gonna freestyle your body. Oh God, yes. You lose no time and drop in your mouth to her core. Her body jerks with delight. She plunges her tongue into the deepest parts of her. She tastes as sweet as you imagined. Her quivering folds pull you in with her silken promises. You find her pleasure point and lap at it. Regan, are you ready to come for me, little lamb? She locks her legs tightly around your head, her hips bucking wildly. Yes, yes, yes. Nadine's pleasure is all you can think of as you feel your body starting to press and clench around your hand. Someday, I'm gonna make her feel this agony, to know this pain. Nadine's cries are as see match your own, say echo off the shower wall. Regan, you know you already pushed things far enough as it is. You can't help indulging in one final fantasy. Nadine's flushed and panting. She pulls the blindfold from her eyes, but doesn't stop her from turning to you with that daring innocence you can't seem to get out of your mind. It's my turn to take care of you, Regan. And how do you want me? I want your tongue inside me. Nadine licks her lips as though nothing could please her more. Before you had time to order her to her knees, she falls in front of you, panting and eager. I've been dreaming of this for weeks. She dives between your legs, her mouth a tantalizing mixture of innocence and skill as it devours you. Put your hand on the back of her head and guide her deeper. That's right. I won't you go until I'm satisfied. You dive Nadine, lapping greedily at your core, is the final push you need. All at once, your body pulses and tightens in an orgasm so explosive that you can't help but cry out. Nadine. You sag against the shower wall, your whole body shuddering with the strength of your release. Closing your eyes, you try to push the image of Nadine's naked body away, but it's no use. Damn it. You let your head fall back with a groan. What the hell am I doing?